Starting in a standing position, you're going to take your time and fold forward, inching your fingers forward as you send your tailbone back, getting a nice big stretch through the back of your legs and your low back, your posterior chain. Taking some nice deep breaths into the rib cage. And when you're ready, you're going to sink the hips down into a nice low squat, using your elbows to push your knees apart, taking your time here, nice even breaths, allowing the hips to open up, maybe sinking into the hips a little bit more with each exhale, and then sending the hips up for a little release, a stretch through the hamstrings. Grab your elbows and let your head hang, stretching through the spine. And then you're going to drop the hips back down into a nice low squat. Send the knees apart with the elbows, keeping that nice even breath. And then bringing the hips up again, stretching through the back of the legs, grabbing your elbows, letting your head hang, maybe feeling a little bit limber every single time. Nice even breaths, and you're going to sink back down, pushing the knees apart, getting them around your rib cage. Taking your time here, trying to keep both feet flat on the floor. You're going to send the hips up nice and tall. Take your time and walk your hands over to the left. Reach way out with the right arm. You should feel a nice stretch through the side of your ribs. Breathing into the rib cage. And then taking your time and moving over to the right, reaching a little further with the left arm. Getting a nice deep stretch in through the rib cage. Bringing it back to the center, take your time and walk your hands out into a nice tall plank. You're going to hold it here for a few seconds. Your fingers should be nicely splayed, shoulders stacked over the hands, core is engaged. Take your time and you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Try not to shift the hips around too much. Send the hips down low for a low squat, raising the arms one at a time, getting up nice and tall, and then going back to your fold, and then back to your inchworm. Holding it here for a few seconds. Fingers should be nicely splayed, core tight, and you're going to walk the hands back to the feet, drop the hips down, raising the arms one at a time, come up nice and tall. One more fold, and walking the hands out into an inchworm for that nice tall plank, pushing that floor away the entire time. Nice focus through the core, strong shoulders. Walking the hands back to the feet, taking your time, not swaying. Dropping the hips down low again, pushing those knees apart, taking your time in that low squat, and then raising your arms and coming up to stand. Fold forward one more time, and then take a big step back with your left foot, and raise your arms up toward the ceiling, opening up that chest. Hands down, hips up, bring the feet together, and then switch sides. Big stretch upward, hands down, hips up, feet together, and switch. Arms up, big reach, opening up that chest, and switching it out. Big, big reach. Fold, hips up. We'll go one more time on each side. Stepping back from that fold takes a little bit of the pressure off of the knees as you drop down low in that runner's lunge. You can also drop that back knee for a little extra support if you feel like you need it. Now from this fold, we're going to hang out here for a second, reaching over to the side again. Big reach, might feel different from the first time. And then you're going to take your time and reach over to the other side. Into the center and come up nice and easy. Big reach up, arching back slightly. Now you're going to pull up one knee, Hug it nice and tight to your chest, pushing the floor away with a standing leg. And then switch it out, dropping that leg and bringing up the other knee. You want to think about pulling the knee up nice and high as you press the floor away with the other leg. The glute of the standing leg should be working pretty hard to stabilize you. Keeping that chest nice and proud, posture super tall. Take your time and give it a big squeeze. Everything here is intentional. And then just loosen it up with a nice swing.